Do I? Yeah. I usually bust this bad boy out. Yeah. Me and one of my relations had a brawl. We broke a table, but the table really wasn't important to me. It wasn't like a table that was in the family for generations or anything. It was just a table from IKEA or Rooms to Go or something. It was not that important to me. Now, I would have cried, actually. Now, there's some items that if they were destroyed, I would cry. It's not the table or a couch or something like that. It's not even a computer. Sure, I like computers and gadgets, but I guess there's some items, maybe like family pictures or something that would make me cry. I guess if I lost it in a fire, in a war, in a fight, in a battle, in a whatever, in a hurricane, whatever the case may be, whatever the disaster may be, whatever the conflict may be. Now there is my family heirloom, Granny Inez Wheeler's china from Japan. So that's that would break my heart if that was broken up and shattered to pieces. Yeah, so usually I don't conduct brawls around the fine Wheeler china because I really would like that to go on to generations of Wheelers. And in the future, maybe not my children, but maybe a relative or kin of my relatives that has the same name. Now, this is different. This is not really a family heirloom. It's not a fine china from Japan. It's not that, a big deal, but it's a big deal to me. So I'd really cry if this was ever broken. So this is my stepfather, Ricky Warford, from the 1980s. He was married to my mother. This is Snoopy and Woodstock, the beer mug. And it says on the back, "Here's to you, partner." It's Snoopy and Woodstock sharing a beer at the old saloon. This is from, it's like from I want to say 1965. I'm about 60 years old now. Or it could have been 1956 when my second stepfather was born. But it's real old. I really want to keep this. And it actually, we don't wash it through the washing machine, so it doesn't fade off. So it stays pristine art. It's Woodstock and Snoopy. Now, Snoopy and Peanuts cartoons are not that popular anymore. But so I would cry if the Wheeler china from Japan was broken. But I would cry if that was broken, and I'd also cry if this Snoopy and Woodstock country western mug was broken. It's not worth a lot of money. I've already checked it. It may never be worth a lot of money. Maybe people in the future won't give a shit about Snoopy. They won't give a fuck about Woodstock. They won't give a shit about the Peanuts and Charlie Brown and Peppermint Patty and Linus and Lucy and Sally and all the rest of it. And you already said Peppermint. And Pigpen, yeah. Pigpen was a character too. Linus was the guy who played piano. And he was always obsessed with his piano. He was a composer on the piano. And then Pigpen was really nasty. And he'd be like Tasmanian Devil, and he'd just be dirt and just somebody nasty. Peppermint Patty was like a tomboy, and she had freckles and she wasn't that hot. It was taken from the old Peanuts comic book. So, back in the day. Yeah. I know Scott Adams thinks he's a big shit for having a big comic book strip going on called Dilbert in the 1990s. It was kind of, I was a little bit too young to appreciate it. So, uh, you know, it's, are you smart if you're able to write and draw your own cartoons? Are you an intellectual powerhouse? I guess that's the question. Yeah. If you have a successful cartoon or a successful movie, are you then an intellectual or some sort of brainiac god? Are you some sort of gray matter powerhouse? Well, now there's reasons why older men have to tell themselves fairy tales more than younger men do, because they don't have that much time left. So if you're 60, if you're baby boomer age or beyond, then you're going to say, you know what, my life, I was a legend. I was a legendary, successful man. It gives men such pride to be successful. So a man feels successful. Oh, I got the prettiest chick, and I got the 3 kids, and I got the best career, and I got the most money, and I'm a big success. I'm a big shot. See how it gives them pride that they're successful people. See? That gives people pride. Gives them a hubris and ego about them, right? They lack, a lot of men like that lack humility. But I guess I grew up in Klein and Spring, Texas area, so I was used to dealing with so many stuck-up douchebags. It was almost like growing up. It wasn't the same thing as growing up in Santa Barbara or Beverly Hills, but it was almost the same. People were snobbish. People were douches. I just got used to it, you know? I got used to the douchebaggery. I got used to the snobbery to the point where it just didn't even, at a certain point, it just didn't even bother me anymore. I just said, well, there's the guy bragging about himself again. Look at this douchebag. You know, it's just kind of, I don't give a fuck anymore. It's just like, I grew up with rich kids and trust fund babies. Not to Wall Street or the masters of the universe. Not trust fund babies that necessarily all the time go to Harvard and Oxford. But I grew up with a lot of trust fund babies, a shitload of them. And you know what? Fuck it. I hate to say I got used to the snobbery and the douchebaggery. And one thing I can't handle, though, I can handle some Gene Simmons hubris. I can handle a little, I accomplished so much, I'm so great. I can handle just a little bit of that. What I can't handle is lies. So there was one guy from California, Steve, and he would come around and he'd say, hey, guess what, man? I was almost the guitarist for Journey. And I'd look at him like, Steve, I know you want to prove to everybody like you're the alpha male, you're the top male around here. You're the most badass male around. But don't fucking lie to me that you were going to become part of Journey, that you were going to become a guitarist of one of the legendary classic rock bands of all time. Like, at least talk about your degree, maybe talk about your wife, your kids, or what they're doing. Brag about that, like stuff that's actually happening. But don't fucking lie. You know, that's my kind of my pet peeve in life. Be somebody, work hard, be proud of it, be proud of your works, you know, to a certain extent. And maybe I'll even tolerate it without just a little hint of humility. But these people just fucking lying to your face just so they can seem cool. You know, fuck this guy, Steve. I mean, it's bullshit. It's, oh, I almost became a guitarist for Journey. Yeah, fucking kiss my ass. Don't fucking lie to me, dude. Just to be cool at a fucking cocktail party. It pisses me off. And I once knew Mother Teresa too, motherfucker. Yeah, right. I don't make up fucking lies to be cool to other people. I don't give a fuck. What offended me most about Steve, he didn't like my idea. He didn't like my movie idea. That really pissed me off. I mean, you're entitled to your own fucking opinion about what a good movie would be. I said, I got this idea for a movie. And he's like, all right. We're at the barbecue. And I'm like, back in the day, I'm like, hey, what if you had Kermit the Frog and Gumby together in a movie? Check this out. Okay, here's the vision. Okay. It's not a Gumby movie. It's not claymation. It's CGI. All right, it's not a Gumby movie. Boom. But it's not a Muppets movie either. It's fucking, you call it the Green Team. It's a team up movie with Gumby and Kermit the Frog, and they fight the blockheads or whatever, or the evil Muppets or whatever the fuck. And he was like, that'll never fucking work. I bet that shit would make a fucking trillion fucking dollars worldwide, dude. That shit would make a trillion, dog. It'd be rolling in cash. You wouldn't even know what to spend it on. You'd be like, well, should I buy a mansion in Malibu or should I one in Hawaii? Or you wouldn't even know how to spend your fucking money, dude. It would just be off the wall. Yeah, who owns Peanuts? After all, let's talk about, does Disney own Peanuts now? The big mega Disney, ABC, satanic, gay, LGBT, woke conglomerate, ABC Disney. Do they own Peanuts? Who didn't sell out? Did the Tolkien sell out? I guess they sold out a little bit to Amazon. They said, oh, you can use the appendices, but you can't make Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. So Jeff Bezos is like, I'm almost going to be the Lord of the Hobbit. See, all it takes is one guy in that family line who's kind of hard on his luck. All it takes is one Tolkien that's kind of coked out, and he's kind of cooked out, and he's kind of a loser. That's all it takes for the guy to sell out. And probably Amazon and Disney are waiting for Tolkien to get, have his heirs be coked out and drugged out and Hunter Biden and be fucked up and just kind of hard on their luck in a pinch, and they're in jail, and they're kind of like, and then that's when the Satan comes in, get them to sell their family line, their family fortune. That's when Disney and dishonesty, Lucifer comes. That's when Amazon, baby McBilliarson, and he wants those properties, those intellectual properties. So he wants Lord of the Rings. He wants to be the Lord of the Rings. So Big Daddy Baby McBilliarson is going to come along right when that dude's on crack, or he spent too much money or something, or he's in a financial or kind of, pinch with the law or whatever it is, medical crisis, whatever it is. He's going to be fucked up. He's going to get that heir of J.R.R. Tolkien, whatever, if it's his grandson or great-great-grandson or whoever, and they're going to come up to him and say, hey, guess what? Give me the rights to The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, and I'll give you, wait for it, $3 billion. How's that sound? You won't have any medical problems after that. You won't have any romance problems after that. All your problems are going to go away. Once I give you this $3 million, you sign here on the Lucifer paper with the red line. Have a nice life. And then he's going to say, hold on. If I sell the rights to Bezos or to Disney, to Bob Iger, whoever, then my family doesn't retain the rights to, the Tolkiens don't continue, and they don't reap the benefits from the legendary authors, my great-grandfather's works. but one of them's going to crack, right? One of them's going to crack. There's always going to be somebody loose in our family lines, right? There's not going to be, not everybody in our family line is going to have integrity, right? No, they're going to see that $3 billion check and they're going to go George Lucas style, like, fuck it, I don't live forever. Show me the money, baby. Later, I don't need Star Wars. I don't need Lord of the Rings. I don't need the shit. Even though my family is made of bread and butter and we're living off this, basically. Yeah. So, now Gumby is a little bit different IP because Gumby was big like in the 1950s or 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, 1990s. Their own, they didn't sell out. Like the Tolkien's kind of sold out, but they didn't sell out. They're not so desperate. They're not so hurting for money or power that they're going to sell the Ring of Power to the Big Daddy McBillions, Jeff Bezos of Amazon. They're not going to sell out totally to Amazon Corporation. They're thinking about it though. They're like, $3 billion, that could at least afford me perhaps 200, 300 years of my family. That might be a decent deal. So they're thinking about it, right? They're kind of, the younger generation is thinking about it. Like, times are tough. You don't know if the dollar or the currency or the pound's going to hold or whatever. They're kind of thinking, that might be good. Maybe they're thinking maybe if they get like $3 billion, they could trade that into like hard assets, maybe, diamonds or gold or something like that, So I think eventually there's going to be a Tolkien who's on crack and he just sells out because he has to, because he needs to. And he's too whacked out of his mind to think about it. I think there'll be one heir that is the heir to the Tolkien enterprises and they're going to sell out their family. I think there will be. Oh, yes. All it takes is one weak link in the chain for the whole family to break, or for all humanity to break. So, I know that's a sad and morose viewpoint on society, is that there's nothing sacred and everything is up for sale. The man who sold the world. That this world is just for sale to the highest bidder. But that's just how it is. Oh no, not me. We never lost control. You're face to face with the man who sold the world. That's a David Bowie song. And then Kurt Cobain from Nirvana covered it. Is there no integrity anymore? In a world dominated by money and power, is there any integrity anymore? With anyone? With any idea? Is there nothing sacred in this world anymore? I guess the only thing left is religion, I suppose. It's the only sacred thing. Maybe music's sacred. Maybe individuals are sacred in such a world. Maybe that's really the treasure, is individual human beings. So it's hard to think of a world where nothing is sacred. And then human beings used to think that human beings were sacred. And now that's not even sacred anymore. What, they're going to invent AI, android robots? And then the human will become extinct and not even sacred anymore. How depressing, how abysmal the idea of that kind of world is. Where nothing is sacred and no one at all, no idea is sacred. No concept is sacred. Just what you can afford to buy. That's it. Just what you can control, what you can own. That's the only thing that matters anymore. Boo. Shit. Not good. You think the crime is fucking bad now? Imagine people that don't have jobs because there's AI taking them or androids taking their jobs. Imagine the fucking crime after that. The world's gonna be fucked. I know Sam Altman and all these Mark Zucker fuck and all these sociopathic computer programmers, they're like, trust us. We have the best interests of humanity in mind, even though we don't show any emotion or facial affect. Oh, that's supposed to give you pause that we're sociopaths. Wow. I'm sure everybody feels a lot better that sociopaths are gaining power through technology in our society. I'm sure that makes everybody feel better. Not at all. Now, Elon Musk might be socially awkward, but he does show one thing that Sam Altman and Mark Zuckerberg don't. He shows a little bit of humanity, like he has a little bit of emotion. He shows outbursts of emotion. He shows human characteristics, at least a little bit. Yeah, it might be socially awkward. I know he's like the guy who can't do the public speech because he gets nervous. I know it's like that guy in high school that goes up to the presentation and is like, hi, yeah, I don't know what it's like to be a human, but I got to do this presentation here. I know it's like awkward, but he still pulls it off. But like, you know, when he gets around large crowds, you know, it kind of shuts down. You know, like a lot of us do, right? Because it's like you get agoraphobia or you get public speech. How did I get around public speech, a phobia? Okay, so well, besides acting class, I went to this, you know, like auditorium, and I went to this. It was empty, and I got on the stage. And I imagined that the place was filled with, you know, fucking people, and so I started doing my sketch, like at that, and then I was like, oh, okay, well, it's just a mental thing, getting over that, you know, like being afraid to speak to a lot of people. That was just a mental anxiety. Like, it's no problem. You can master it. You just have to practice. You can master controlling fear, and then fear doesn't control you anymore. So that's good. Yeah, I understand public speaking anxiety, of course. But I've seen people with crippling anxieties where they can't even do it. You know, they go up, they have this speech to do in front of a lot of people, and they can't even do it. So they're just fucking like chicken. I mean, they're just crippled by anxiety. Not that they're chicken shit, not that they're cowards. It's just like they're just fucking, they shut down. You know, it's like, you're not confident in yourself to not speak in front of a large group of people. You're not confident. I mean, you don't have to be an English major or something to stand up and talk to a bunch of people. You don't have to be a political science major or a fucking government major or anything. Just get up there and just fucking do it, dude. Who cares, man? If people don't like you, then there's the whatever. You know? Stage fright. That's what they call it. Stage fright, right? What I think about the Grammys, I can see it. Beyonce Knowles Carter, she's about my age, right? 44 years old or 43 years old or whatever, from Houston, Texas. We have that in common. Not much else in common. All right, I'm not a multi-billionaire singer in the music industry right at present. I'll tell you what, but we have the age and the birth city kind of like in common, right? Beyonce Knowles, yeah. She didn't get Kamala Harris elected, I guess. Yeah. But I have to realize that Beyonce Knowles is not famous necessarily because she's a great artist. It's not even because she's a great singer. She's just a hot black chick. That's it. That's what it boils down to. Sex. Yeah. So when I sing, don't go chasing waterfalls, stick to the mountains and the lakes that you're used to. All right. So when I sing TLC, Tender Love and Care, a lot of people say, isn't that Beyonce and Destiny's Child? I'm like, no, that's TLC. See? You think that's, a lot of people get that song, Waterfalls and Beyonce, Destiny's Child mixed up. Thing is, Beyonce Knowles Carter is not as talented as TLC. She's just not that good. Yeah. And Cowboy Carter, Beyonce Knowles isn't country. She's not a country artist. Nope, it's not country. It's something else. It's pop. It's R&B. It's something else. It's soul. It's whatever, but it is not country music. So she won best, was it pop record and best country record? This thing where and then she tries to go through this thing like, yeah, everybody knows that there was black cowboys. Now they don't make a lot of African American cowboy movies, not normally, besides Django Unchained or whatever. But it's always like, oh, I'm telling people about my heritage, about that there's black cowboys, and that's why I did a cowboy country album, because black people are country too, and African Americans are cowboys too. Because I'm from Houston, Texas. See, people from Africa are also cowboys because there were African cowboys and black cowboys back in the day. Now, that the fact that there's black cowboys it's not disputed. But okay, there were white cowboys too, right? And there were Indian cowboys. Okay. And there were Native American cowboys. Now, to sell a record, I don't use my race to sell a record. Okay, you either buy it or you fucking don't. I don't say, oh, I'm a Caucasian man who's part Irish and English and also part Cherokee, so please buy my record because I'm Texan, and that's very cowboy, and I want you to do that. So what African American artists do is they say, well, you must buy this because there were African Americans underrepresented in cowboys. So now I must do a country record like Beyonce Knowles. Oh, God. So how long she can milk this shit out, I don't know. You know what? Her and Jay-Z are billionaires. And then what? They got the lawsuit against Jay-Z for hanging out with Diddy, maybe sexual misconduct by the millionaire lawyer. What's his name? Tony Busby. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. So again, Beyonce Knowles is not as good as TLC. She was just a hot black chick. She's a babe. She's an African American babe. She was at any rate. But now she's my age. She's hitting the wall. And now she's like, what are we going to do? She's hitting the wall. And her legacy is not going to be the same as Whitney Houston or Tina Turner or or Aretha Franklin, any of the real African American female legends. It's just not going to be that way. I don't know. I don't really know a lot of her songs. Is her shit as good as Aretha Franklin or Tina Turner or fucking Whitney Houston? No. It's not. It's not even as good as TLC. It's not even as good as whoever. In Vogue. It's not even as good as any of that. It's just, right? It's just meh, whatever. It's not that great. So Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris couldn't even get people to show up to her fucking campaign events. Did she get Beyonce? Beyonce didn't even perform. So if you're into ethnic, racial women winning the White House, and where was the representation from Beyonce? What, she didn't get paid $1 million or $2 million from the DNC, the Democrat National Convention? Oh my God, folks. If you're passionate about your people or your political party, you'd fucking show up with nothing. You'd show up in your underwear with $0. I mean, the fact that Beyonce didn't perform any songs for Kamala Harris, and then she had to pay Oprah Winfrey fucking $1 million. What in the fuck? So, you know what? You know the difference between the Kamala Harris and the Trump campaign was that the Trump campaign, people showed up, and they showed up with no money. They showed up with jack shit except the shirt on their backs. And it wasn't just the poor people and the middle class people that showed up. It wasn't just the lower middle class. It wasn't just the upper middle class. It wasn't the upper class. It wasn't just the 1% that showed up. Everybody fucking showed up. That's how serious that 2024 election was for Trump. It was the celebrities. It was everybody from, the lowest class to the highest, to Elon Musk, all the way on all the socioeconomic strata showed up for Trump. I didn't see that kind of support for the Democrats. I didn't see that kind of support for Kamala Harris. Beyonce didn't sing one fucking song for her beautiful, empowered African woman. I didn't see the passion. I didn't see the support. I know where it was at. There's nothing cowboy about Cowboy Carter. There's nothing country about Beyonce Knowles. There never is, there never was. But if she wants to spend the rest of her life pretending that she's country, she's real Texan, then she can do that if she wants to. That's fine. You're from Houston, Texas. You can pretend to be as country as you want. I'm born and raised in Houston, Texas. You can pretend, you can dance around in your spurs. I don't give a shit. Whether that shit's gonna sell, I don't fucking know. But have at it. Enjoy your life. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's gonna sell you a lot of units, but have a good time. That's all I'm saying. How do I feel about Beyonce's voice? It's okay. It's not my bag of tea. It's not as good as Tina Turner's. It's not as good as Whitney Houston's. It's not as good as Diana Ross's voice. It's just It's it. Come on, let's admit that Beyonce Knowles was famous because she was a sexy black chick. That's it. Boom. All right. No illusions. Not a fantastic, legendary artist like Whitney Houston Aretha Franklin, Diana Ross, Tina Turner. Nope, not even close. She's just a hot chick. Boom. Is Taylor Swift a really great artist? No. She's just a hot chick. Boom. There it is. It's not, okay, she looks good. She's good to look at, right? Yeah. When you look at Beyonce, you look at Taylor Swift, you're like, huh, there's some good looking babes. Nice. Can they sing? Okay. They're not legendary singers, though. They're not legendary artists. They're just, all right. Meh. Just kind of mid. Whatever the word is for it. It's just mediocre. It's just barely. So I see what the problem with Beyonce Knowles is going to be. It's not that her husband might be implicated with Diddy. It might bring down his whole rap, hip-hop music empire. He might be fucked and maybe sent to jail. Maybe for inappropriate underage sexual conduct. I don't know how that's going to play out. But what I'm saying is that aside, she's not good. It's meh. It's middle. It's not remarkable. Now, if Beyonce was to make a record and it was really good and its tracks were banging and it was like not some anti-Trump bullshit and it was really fantastic. And I listened to the record and said, that's changed my mind on that. Yeah, maybe I opened my mind up to it. Yeah, maybe. I know what this is about, right? When the artist hits 40, they're like, I'm 40. I'm 44. What am I going to do now? Right? Because life expectancy is only like 82 years old or something like that. Yeah. So that's what's going to happen, right? So people, when they hit 40, they're like, oh, fuck, I'm going to be dead in the next 30 years, according to science. Whew. What am I going to do? So Beyonce's like, I got to get a legacy going on. So she's like, I want to be cowgirl or whatever. Oh, I got to make sure I'm legendary. And the public is like not really thinking she's legendary, but it bothers her that she's not legendary. It bothers her that she's not legendary. And but even if you're a hot female at 40, you start losing your looks because of nature and all that. I mean, she got to hold on to her looks a little bit, but nature abhors a vacuum, so can't really stop it. Can't really stop the bum rush, right? It's just the real deal. So it's just the truth of our existence. I'm not offended by black people pretending to be cowboys, but at least play something that sounds kind of country if you're gonna do it. Yeah, it's just, at least be Darius Zucker from Hootie and the Blowfish. At least do something country or country sounding. At least do something southern sounding, or it's gonna just sound like fucking bullocks. Don't be like Lil Nas X and rap on the country song and then go stick your dick or your ass on the devil's cock and dance and fucking jack off on it or whatever the fucking bullshit was. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Oh, no. I got first listen. I like when women watch women movies. Oh, it's an awesome movie. Yeah. It's got kind of a feminine edge to it. I like that. I mean, there's not many action movies that have women edge to it. I like that. That's pretty good. I like that.
And when it's free, you need to watch Twister.
Yeah, I will. Trust me, I will. Yeah. Yeah, I will. Alright, I'll do that. Love you. Yeah, so all I'm saying is, if you're gonna be country, be fucking country. If you're gonna make a movie about a black cowboys, then make a movie about fucking black cowboys. I mean, how many movies are there about African American cowboys that are really good? I want to see one that's good, dude. Make some good shit. I mean, if you're gonna go all into it, dude, go all into it. Go Mel Gibson into it. Mel Gibson goes into his shit hard and deep. Goes when he does the Passion of the Christ and the resurrection, he goes in that shit all the way. It's not half-ass. He goes all the fucking way. Hardcore. I want to see some people go into shit hardcore with sacrifices. I want you to actually believe in what you think and what you say. I want people to believe in their doctrines, in their beliefs, in their faith. Because the faith is hard. And that's what I like to see people practice, faith. Faith is hard. Belief is hard, isn't it? So you got to prove it. Faith is even harder than science in a lot of ways because you got to live it. Now that's hard. It wasn't easy being a Trump supporter. Always, was it? Because the Democrats, they stole the election of 2020. And they released the Chinese plague. And they unleashed all the media and all the leftists and all the big tech. And they censored us and they fucked us in the ass. And they made us wear masks and act fucking like slaves and bitches. And they put us in the sardine can. Yeah, it wasn't always easy being a Trump supporter, you know. They suppressed us. They censored us. They attacked us. They fuck with us. They tried to kill Trump at least fucking twice in 2 assassinations attempts. The Democrats, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, Barack Hussein Obama, Hillary and Bill Clinton, they attacked us for so long for supporting something new. For somebody, he wasn't really new. He was an American icon, an American real estate developer. He was somebody Americans trusted to do the right deal. And many of us faithful believe that he believed in a God and he believed in an ultimate plan and that he was a faithful man. So we believed in him in that regard too, that he believed in America, family, not just blind greed and avarice and hubris, and that he believed in America, that he believed in opportunity, that he believed in the American people, that he believed in us. And we trudged through those Biden-Harris 4 fucking hellish years, trudging through that shit, and it was painful as fuck. From the COVID, and we went through the fucking COVID, and we got the fucking Chinese fucking Wuhan plague, and we ate that shit, and it fucking hurt so fucking hard. You had bloody fucking diarrhea. You had this fever that was bulging out your mind. You were fucking incapacitated for fucking days. Just, you can't fucking breathe for days and fucking dark ass days. And we went through all that shit together. And some people didn't make it out, but we did. We survived because we're survivors, because we can survive almost anything. Some people didn't make it. Millions of Americans, or at least 1 million Americans didn't make it. Maybe 8-9 million people worldwide didn't make it out of this. but we emerged from the blackness, the darkness. We emerged because we're fucking survivors. That's what we do, survive. So we're all here now because we're really strong, because we fucking survived. Everybody else is dead because they didn't survive, or they had a pre-existing medical condition, or they gave up, or they committed suicide, or whatever. They did not maintain their faith. They did not hold on to something that they loved. So the people that are here now are strong. They survived darkness and evil. Doesn't mean evil and darkness is over. It just means we can triumph and survive beyond it. We're here now because, not just because we didn't just survive because we were young or younger or 18 to 45 age group. We survived because we believed in something. We believed in America. We believed in Trump. We believed in God. We believed in Jesus Christ. We believed in our friends and family. We believed in ourselves again. We believed in people. We believed in humanity again, even on the edge of a blade of darkness of hell. That's why we're here today. What was the Chinese plague like for me? COVID-19, SARS-2, coronavirus. Well, they must have injured the Dr. Anthony Fauci and the World Health Organization, along with Democrat or some kind of NIH funding, must have done this illegal and unethical gain of function research in laboratories all across the world to try to create super viruses, super biological terror weapons that should be illegal and should be punished by death for anybody who practices or facilitates their creation. Illegal biological weapons programs should be outlawed in the Human Geneva Conventions, and those people should be executed who were a part of that program. Hopefully they'll be found out eventually, and they'll be all executed, and they will be offered no presidential or any other kind of immunity for their crimes against humanity. Just like there's no immunity or crimes against those that perpetrated the Holocaust, Nazi Germany, and the Axis powers in World War II against the Jews. So we must also act against our adversaries with maximum impunity who unleash this biological terror upon our people and this country and the world. Whether it's the Chinese Communist Party, whether it's Dr. Anthony Fauci, the World Health Organization, the National Institute of Health, whoever their collaborators and co-conspirators are or were, they must be hunted down and they must be punished in a Hague-like trial where they are all brought to justice. So what are the first symptoms of COVID-19? Well, start to get a high fever, right? And then I remember not being able to function. I remember my muscles all tensed up and I couldn't do even basic functions like walking around. I tried to get a package, which was a video game rug, a neon rug, and I couldn't even do that. My muscles were aching and aching and aching. And I remember I just almost collapsed on the floor. It was so bad. And then I thought, oh man, all I did was go to the grocery store, without a mask in, 2023. It was Christmas. It was Christmas and I went to the store, but some woman got really fucking drunk and she crashed into the gas pump or some shit. So I got stuck in the line. So I had to be around the airspace of these people for a while. So I got stuck. And I had to breathe the same air as they did. And then a few days later, I got this terrible headache. I couldn't move. And my muscles were aching, so I fell and collapsed on the bed. And then after that, then the fever kicked in, besides the muscle aches and the chills. And then you get endless fucking diarrhea. Special Wuhan Virology Institute, Dr. Anthony Fauci perk, the endless bloody diarrhea. One of my favorite parts of the coronavirus. I love that they instructed the genes and the virus to do the endless fucking diarrhea. Yes! I wanted like 10 days of endless fucking shits. Awesome. That's the kind of virus I want to die on. Nice. Excellent design of this bioterror engineered virus. Okay, so the fever, so you got really bad fever, and then you're coughing your ass off because you can't breathe, and then you're shitting fucking the whole time. Woo! What a party! Thanks, Wuhan, China, Dr. Anthony Fauci. No wonder Joseph Biden had to pardon him, huh? He didn't want to get Mangione'd, I guess. Are there anybody mad that their loved ones aren't here because of coronavirus and they're going to target Dr. Anthony Fauci? I guess he... Oh, Trump took away his security detail, didn't he? Uh-oh. Is Luigi still available or what? Is he going to get what's coming to him for killing so many people in America and around the world? Engineering his bioterror virus? Coronavirus, COVID-19, SARS, severe acute respiratory syndrome, CoV-2. Is he going to pay for the lives that he's disrupted and the lives that he's ended and crippled? Is there a sense of karma and justice in this universe? Let's hope so. The time of justice, the time of criminals in this country and around the world are over. The time for justice has come. The dawn of justice, as they would say in the DC universe. The dawn of justice. Justice means what? That crimes will not be tolerated and crimes will be punished under the full weight of the law in society. That's what justice means. Society, man needs laws so they know what the boundaries are and they know what the limitations are. They know what the norms of society are. Mankind has always needed laws, and they needed the laws to be enforced. And that was called justice, and we will have that again. We'll have law and order, and we will have justice. Criminals will be held accountable again, whether they're in our government, whether they're in the highest corporate elite offices, whether they're in whatever strata of society. We have justice equally applied under the law of the U.S. Constitution of the United States of America. The Bill of Rights will be equally applied from Hunter Biden and from the homeless man. They will receive the exact same justice. It doesn't matter who your daddy is. It doesn't matter who your mommy is anymore. It doesn't matter. Justice will be applied equally under the U.S. Constitution, under the Bill of Rights, to all people. They'll be applied to a homeless man on crack or to Elon Musk himself, equally as citizens of Western civilization in the United States of America. The tolerance for lawbreakers is over. The time for justice has only begun. I had my doubts. Yeah, I had my doubts. But one tell of some political party stealing power in America, like the Democrat Party did in 2020, was certain things that tipped it off. First of all, the COVID-19 coronavirus, SARS-CoV-2, was released a year before Donald Trump's re-election in 2019. Does that sound like a coincidence to you or me? No, it doesn't. It seems perfectly planned by George Soros and the global liberal order, or the liberal global world order. So it seemed perfectly planned by George Soros, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, and Barack Hussein Obama. Which sounds like he's about as American as apple pie. Barack Hussein Obama. Like Ilhan Omar. That sounds really American too. So George Soros and Barack Hussein Obama and William Jefferson Clinton and their cronies and the liberal global world order folks unleashed maximum chaos so that Donald John Trump could not be reelected in 2020. As the old saying goes, as Carrie Lake from Arizona would say, 81 million votes my ass. 81 million votes. Now it's hard. It's hard. Maybe Barack Hussein Obama, you'd believe there's 81 million votes in the country, right? But to believe that some old potato head, stupid, incompetent fart, some corrupt plagiarist fart would get 81 million votes. That's where the phrase comes, 81 million votes my ass. That's when you know the fix was in. They fucking stole the election of 2020 without a fucking doubt. I don't know it. You don't have to be a quantum scientist or a fucking rocket scientist to know that the Democrat Party fucking rigged that election of 2020. If they didn't steal it, they at least fucking rigged that bitch. Well, the American people fucking know it too. So they could try to hide it. They could try to get away with it. If Republicans and conservatives have enough time, they'll unveil the maximum depth of this conspiracy against the American people, against the world, perpetrated by corrupt forces in Washington, D.C. and in the World Health Organization. All right. So, but we are rebelling against the global world liberal order. Also, Donald Trump pulled out of the World Health Organization, which is influenced mostly by the Chinese Communist Party. Javier Milei from Argentina has pulled out of the World Health Organization. We're pulling out. Yeah, it's not good. We'll form our new American alliance. We don't care. We'll pull out. Fuck it. I don't care. You know what? I'm not racist against Latinos. One of my best friends from Argentina. My best friend I ever had. I would join the Argentinas. The Argentines. However you want to say it. I would join them in their rebellion against the world order. It must be done. I will join Javier Milei, Argentina, as pull out of the World Health Organization. They used to censor us for talking bad about the World Health Organization. How could they now when they're all pulling out? Has big tech come to heal by the government? Or is big tech still trying to control the government? I guess we'll find out pretty soon where we stand on that. Do you yield to the powers that be? Or do you try to become the power yourself? I suppose that's where we're at. Do you respect government and law? You respect the Bill of Rights and the U.S. Constitution? Or as a tech or overlord, do you try to overthrow such government and become a god yourself? Well, do you respect religion or laws? Do you respect governments? Or do you try to create a new techtopia, a technological empire that supersedes all forms of religion and government, and you try to become a god yourself? Well, I suppose that's a hard decision. Now, I'm different. I respect God foremost. I respect religion and all people's religions. I respect traditionalism. I respect people's right to choose their culture. And I respect the U.S. government and the Bill of Rights and the U.S. Constitution and our forebears and our forefathers. That may not be everyone's opinion. That's just mine. I believe in traditionalism when it serves us well. I don't think man should try to be God, and I don't think we're ever meant to be gods. Period. We are here because we believed in life. We're here because we believed in Donald Trump. We're here because we believed in America. We are here because we believed in God. Everyone that is alive right now, you're alive because we believe in things. We will fight for things. We believe in America. We believe in Western civilization. We believe in real democracy. We believe in the constitutional republic that was built by our forebears. The U.S. Bill of Rights. We believe in the U.S. Constitution. We believe in Western civilization itself. We believe in our allies. We believe in Australia and the UK. We believe in our ancestors in Ireland and Scotland. We believe in Europe and all our brethren there and beyond. We believe in civilization, civilized, working for all. We believe in our friends in Argentina. We believe in our friends in Central and South America. We believe in the Brazilians. We believe in the Americas and the American dream and the Central Americans. We believe. We believe. That's who we are. We believe. We believe in the South Koreans. We believe in our friends, the Japanese. We believe in the Filipinos, our friends, the Philippines, Puerto Rico, Guam. We believe. We never gave up. We never stopped believing, did we? We were like Journey. That guy tried to tell me he joined Journey. You didn't fucking join Journey. You're full of shit. Stop telling me lies. The Democrats were telling so many fucking lies that people in the world said, enough, stop telling me fucking lies. I'm tired of fucking lies. But like Journey, remember, don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street lights, music, oh. Won't stop believing. Fuck the naysayers. They always called us inventors, dreamers. Until it fucking happens. Blows up in their fucking faces. In our darkest hours, they spit on us and kick on us and say that we are pathetic dreamers that will never achieve anything because we are not real enough. As if dreams and human consciousness is not real. That is a pathetic way to think, but that's the way they think constantly. It is not the way we think. We trudge through the plague. We trudge through deep state attacks against our political icon, an American icon, Donald John Trump. We weathered all those storms thus far, and we survived them. We survived a relentless assault of anti-Americanism through the Democrat Party and the Biden-Harris administration for 4 fucking years. And before that, 8 years, the Barack Hussein Obama administration. And before that, the liberal global world order administration, 1992 to 2000, the William Jefferson Clinton administration. We survived all that. And now we're stronger, we're hungrier than ever. We're more powerful than ever. We survived so many bloodlets, so many storms, so many attacks, so many knife wounds, so many sword stabbings. Some didn't make it, but we did. So we are strong. We are powerful, folks. They doubted us. They doubted the power of God. But worse, they doubted the power of humanity itself. The strength and resolve of us was really powerful. They not only doubted God, they doubted themselves. It's the worst crime. Now, I know you sexual abuse survivors out there. I know you Holocaust survivors out there. You got survivor's guilt. I know you got guilt for actually surviving it. Sometimes we are our worst enemies. It's really sad. But I guess the blade hurts, but not without journey. There was a time when it was like the Empire Strikes Back. And the times were dark. And the tyranny was gripping our society and gripping our souls. Satan was spreading his wings all over our hearts. There was no way we could fight back. We felt crippled. We felt powerless. We felt paralyzed. We felt paranoid, paralyzed. Like the Tool song. Paranoid, paralyzed. We felt like we couldn't resist power. That we couldn't fight back. That not one of us that we were not a collective ourselves, that we're not just people trying to survive and prosper, that we're not Americans on this particular continent in North America, that we're not American citizens, naturalized, native or not. We were not part of Western civilization, that we were not part of a greater whole, that we were alienated, that we were not a part of a greatness. They made us feel small. They made us feel useless. They made us feel powerless. And what did we do? We rose up and we made ourselves be heard. In unison, one voice, one choice, strength through the night, strength in unity, and strength through individuality. We have become the founding fathers' dream. Out of many, one. Out of one, many. E pluribus unum. We have become the great design of God and the United States. Out of one, many, and out of many, one. E pluribus unum. We had become that old Latin phrase. Together we had become this. It mattered not. It mattered not in this fight that my best friend was from New York. It mattered not that the girl was from Colombia. It mattered not. It mattered not. It mattered not that the legal immigrant was from the Philippines. King Philip II, Spain. It mattered not that one was from Italy. It mattered not that I was from England or Ireland. It mattered not. If one guy was a Russian American, it mattered not. It mattered not that one man was from Hong Kong. It mattered not who they're from. But we are Americans. Period.